Hi there. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about Pearson and Canvas, mainly about Pearson and how to use it, and and then how they're related and how they can kind of work together. Well, right now I am in Canvas. All right, so I went to your Canvas site and uh, got into the class. It has got a calculator on it, so we got into the class. And this is something, this should look similar to what you would see. This is the student view. Here we have the welcome to class, and you've already done those. And here, this is where we're at right now. Now here we have information for week 1. Actually, it's going to be week 1 and part of week 2. And that would be something that you would read. It was kind of tell you some things about some of the videos. Maybe you have to watch this one, or some people are having trouble with this problem. You might want to watch this, this section of the video. So do read these information from that begin the week, and it'll give you some information about the exam or something. Now, here we have a Pearson Orientation. So this right here are some of the homework and some of the videos. So if you need to watch a video on this lesson right here, if you push this, it will take you right to the video. So this is the easiest way to get to the instructional videos, is through Canvas. This right here it's not a direct link to Pearson. So if you click this, it takes you to here, which you would push this and it'll take you to Pearson. All right, so it's not just, it doesn't get you to that exact homework assignment, but it gets you to the link to get to Pearson to do the assignment. All right, so let's go back to previous. We don't want that. Modules, we'll go to home. All righty. And then over here on the right-hand side, it just kind of has a list of things that are coming up, that are due, when they're due, points. You can look at this right here on the side, or you can go to the calendar. Now here, it'll tell you September 1st and 2nd, Pearson Orientation is due. It's a real quick assignment. And then this optional practice test with Respondus. Normally we don't do this assignment until right before the test, but I found that some people have trouble with it. So I want to get it taken care of until the, and not wait until the test is due. Let's look at the next month here. All right. So this is September. And again, this is in Canvas, and it tells you what's due and when. If you'll notice, most everything due for the first 2 chapters is due on the 7th and the 8th. Do you want to wait until the 7th and the 8th to do all these assignments? Probably not. So, it's kind of a time management thing. Do you wait? Well, if you do, it's going to seem like a lot. But if you can just spend, an hour a day, or, maybe even less, you can get a lot of these things done. And let's see, I don't think there's anything else there, but just kind of gives you an idea of when they're due. Let's go back to the course here. I went back to courses over here on the left. It's a little slow. Let me try it again. Okay, so now we're back to your home page. So these are just links, direct links to the videos for each of the lessons. And then the homework is a link to Pearson. So let's go ahead and click that. That's pretty much all that we use Canvas for. Okay, you will not find your grade in Canvas. That's going to be all through Pearson. So Pearson is our main concentration. But if you want to see when things are due or get to the videos, you're going to need to use the Canvas. That'll get you directly to those videos. See, video lesson 1.1 to 1.5, 1.6. So here, all of these are linked to my YouTube channel, and it'll get you directly to that assignment or to that video. Okay, let's see. We'll click this homework section 1.1. And so here's the link to Pearson. All right, go back. It didn't like it. So I'm just going to go to my course home. Let's see. Why did it not like that link? Complete this assignment. Okay, I'm gonna have to work on that. All right, so another way to get to Pearson is if you go back to your modules. Let's go to home. Here on that student registration, towards the bottom of the student registration, it has to sign in later. You can go to this right here, this Pearson, and I'll fix that link. And you would sign in, okay, which I've already, okay, when you sign in, allow pop-ups. Wow, this is something I forgot to talk about when we were signing up. You have to allow pop-ups for Pearson. And I've already done that, but here's a quick little tutorial. If you have a Mac, is you see this right here, it's got this over here on the URL, it's got this box here with this red X in it. So if you push that, now this isn't Macs, you're going to have to figure out how to allow pop-ups for Pearson. Let me over here. Always allow pop-ups. Now, sometimes you have to do this a couple of times, but again, it's just that little red box there that you want to push. Done. Okay. And it might take a couple of times, and I haven't had to do that in a while. I'm really surprised it had me do that. Let's sign in. Okay, then you'll get, I have a bunch of courses. You'll have one. And you push your box, you just click in your box. This is Math 0900 online. This is my instructor's page. Let's go to yours. All right, so here, this is something you'll see. And this is mainly where you're going to be working from. This is where your homework, your tests, everything is found, your grades, all kinds of things. Just the videos are not found here. Those will be in Canvas. You can bookmark this page, do whatever you need to do. Okay, now there's a couple of things. Here's a calendar, just like you had in Canvas. It has, when things are due. Now this number 2 here on September 2nd, this is a practice test with Respondus Lockdown. It's optional because it won't be a part of your grade, but you do need to complete that so that you can get into the tests with the lockdown browser. It just keeps you from looking back at homework or using your other computer. You're using other sites for your tests. Let's see, you can view, we're seeing 2 weeks here. You can see a month. And let's go to September. So here where things are due. Now, if you want to get to a particular assignment, you can push this and it'll get you to the homework. I'm going to go back to 2 weeks. I'm fine with 2 weeks. Or if you scroll down, it's got the Pearson Orientation. There's like 6 questions. It just kind of gets you used to working with Pearson. Over here, it tells you how many questions are on that homework assignment. Let's see, I was looking at some of these and practicing them, but here, this one's got 32 questions, 32 questions. Don't panic. The questions don't take that long. Most of the assignments, Pearson tells me, are about 30 minutes long. So just don't let that be a deterrent, the number of questions. This one has 14, 39. So you can navigate and look at each of these separately. Let's see. We can pick one. Let's work on 1.7. You don't have to go in order. So let's say we wanted to work on homework section 1.7 and 1.9. Right now we have a score of 0%, and it's due almost everything's due by midnight. So if we clicked on that, it shows this right here. And these are the questions. You have 0 out of 1. You can click any question. You don't have to go in order. Let's say I wanted to work on number 21, we'll say. Again, see pop-ups. This is why you have to enable the pop-ups. Okay, here you'll see this box and they want you to know what is this equal to simplify this. And you would just take 81 squared and put in the answer there. Let's see, over here, you can navigate the different questions. That's one way. You can push these buttons here to get to the next one. And you can just click in the box. When you click in the box, notice what showed up down here. These are templates. So let's say your answer was a fraction. You would, when you click in the box, this shows up, and if it was a fraction, you'd click there and it'd give you a template to type in. Maybe it would be a mixed number. You have to clear it. Backspace, backspace. If it were a mixed number, all right, to give you a template for a mixed number. So I'll tell you, a lot of people do not like Pearson because it's time consuming to type in your answer. If you wanted an exponent, let's say I wanted to type in 5 cubed, you would go down here, you put in the 5, you put in the base, push this, and you see it gives you a template for the third. Okay. If your answer needed to be in exponential form, here's absolute value, here's your radicals, subscripts, which you probably won't be using, ordered pair, which you will be using eventually towards the end of the class. There's also more, so it gives you more of the templates, but most of the time it'll give you what you need. All right, so looking at this right here, we click on it. Oh, I don't want more, I want less. It's 125. Okay, 125. When you press check answer, it says, oh, nice work. So you can go to the next question and it will take you to the next question. And then you see over here on the left, it has this green mark. That means, oh, you got number 20 right. I wanted to find, all right, here, this one, if you click here, you know, it didn't give you the fraction option, so chances are you don't need those. You could put in, let's put in a wrong answer. What happens if you put in a wrong answer? 6. Check answer. It'll give you a little bit of a hint. You know, 7 times 6 does not equal 35. And you say, okay. And you put in something else that's wrong. Okay, check answer. No, again, they give you a little bit of a hint. You say, okay, let's try this. This is the third attempt. Let's do 0. Let's just say 0. Final check. That's incorrect. What they do after the third time is they tell you the correct answer is 5, your answer is 0. Let's say you want the points though. So you can do a similar question. It changes the numbers so that it gives you an option. Let's put in the right answer, 5. This allows you, see right now over here, you have it wrong, question number 10. So we did a similar question. We put in 5, check answer. Fantastic, it's right, and it becomes correct. So you can get 100% on all of your homework. After the third time, they'll change the numbers, but you can still have an option of getting that problem right by doing similar question. All right, let's see. There were some of these. Let's see, number 6. Why do I have number 6 written down? Oh, All right, well, it doesn't really matter. Okay, when I have number 6, if you look at the bottom here, it has help me solve this, view an example, and get more help. There is a difference between help me solve this and view an example. If you say help me solve this, it will go through and help you solve the exact one that you're looking at, the exact problem, the 22 times 48 equals y. It will go through a step-by-step procedure on solving that. And then it will give you a new one for you to try. Now, some of these have parts to them. So let's say you're doing a problem that has 7 parts, maybe not in this class, but in your 1400 or whatever. You get down to part 7, when you're answering the question, and you say, help me solve this. And you've got all the other parts right, just part 7 you need help with. If you press help me solve this, when you it'll help you solve it, you'll have to go back and do all the parts all over again. So a lot of times, most students do not do the help me solve this. What they do is they do the view an example. An example, they'll give you one similar to it, but not the exact one. And you just press continue down here. And it kind of guides you through how to do the problem, you know, with the answer, continue, and continue. And then therefore the solution is, and it gives you an answer. So then you can close it and do the one that your original following their example. So you would close that, and then you can answer the solution is, okay? I don't really want to multiply that together, but that just kind of tells you the difference between help me solve this and view an example. I suggest you do the view an example. What about this get more help? Like I said, you didn't need to buy the textbook because it's embedded. So if you push textbook, you get a pop-up. It takes you to the page in the textbook that talks about that particular subject. And some people might like this. I don't know if it's my internet. Ah, there we go. Solving equations. And so this, you know, you could look at your textbook if you wanted to do that. All right, so that's another option there. And we'll be talking about different ways of also getting some help. So Pearson's got a lot of positive things other than the fact that it is so tedious to type in your answers and your solutions. So let's look at, let's see, number 5, probably about the same thing. You know, solutions, you can get more help. You can view an example on something like this. There was another thing I was going to tell you about. Oh, okay, here we go. The solution is, okay, so we have P times 25 equals 0. Let's say you typed in P equals 0. All right, you're not wrong, really, but if you check your answer, it doesn't like it. But you're like, but P does equal 0. What's going on? Why doesn't it like this? So first, if you do this on an exam, I go back through all the tests, and if Pearson was too picky and counted this wrong, I will give you full credit for this answer, because what Pearson wanted was just the 0. So if this keeps happening to you and you're thinking, man, I'm right, you can always go to view an example, look at their answer to see the form that they have their answer in, and that can let you know, well, oh, you know, I needed a fraction, or, you know, it wanted a decimal. So you can look at their example answer to see what yours should look like. And here they just wanted 0. So then if you check the answer, then you have it right. So, you know, and again, so that view an example can help you know what they want the answer to look like when you think or you know you're right. And for tests, I will go back and look them over and give you credit where Pearson was just way too picky. Okay. Let's see some other ideas here on these assignments. I think maybe that might be it. Let's go to, okay, so here, if this over here on this left, sorry, you can navigate your questions. You can see which ones you've got right, which ones you have wrong. If you don't like having this on the left, you can obviously get rid of it. We're going to go to a new assignment. It says, you know, I can leave it. It'll say, it generally will save what you have. When will it not save? Is if you have two assignments open at once. So if you're going to go from one assignment to another, make sure you close the one before you move on, and it should automatically save it, or you can save it. So I want to go to my assignments. Let's see, we'll go back. All right, let's say I wanted to try current. These are the ones that you're currently working on. I'm going to want to go. I'm not used to navigating yours. Current assignments, past due. 1 out of 6. Oh, that's because it's 2 weeks. I want to view a month. Let's go to September. All right, I had to go to September so I could see the assignments that are due in September. I wanted to look just real quick. I'm trying not to make this too long. 2.7, I'm going to go down to that assignment. I haven't done any of those. Let's look at problem number 1. I just wanted to let you know when I was talking about the different parts. If you look here at the top, it has part 1 of 5. So kind of let you know that when you do this right here, it's going to keep, when you press check answer, you keep doing the rest of the parts. But that's how to know how many parts are to that problem. And most of the ones in this class, they're just one part. And then you just go on to the next problem. All right, so that's enough of the assignments. You guys will figure it out. You're pretty techie. Now I wanted to go back to the student view. Let's go back. All right, over here on the left, I wanted to talk about some of the neat things over here. First off, your student gradebook. And also over here on this right-hand side on your home page, it has your grade and it's up to date. So you don't have to ask me, what's my grade? You can see it in Pearson. You can see it here, or you can go to the student grade book and look at your grade. It's 1.78%. And here's your homework, quizzes we won't have, test scores. Here's your 3 out of 33, the time spent on it, the date that you started and the time that you started. So this is in the student grade book on the left. Now, maybe not so much for this class, but for another class, let's say you wanted to study or to practice for a test, or even for this class. If you want to study, you go to student grade book, you've got these assignments and you push review. And what this allows you to do is go over and retry some of these, but you are reviewing your homework. Any work you do here will not change your score. So it's a way for you to review problems as you get ready for a test or an exam without changing your homework grade, is to go to student grade book and do the review for each of those assignments, and then you can click on those and do those. Let's see, assignments. Another thing over here on the left, other than your grade book, and if you've missed a problem, it'll have a red X next to the problem and you can go back and redo it. Okay, that's kind of it for right here. Now for the grade book, I think that's all I wanted to say. But video and resource library. Let's click the video and resource library. This is kind of a neat thing. If you missed a day in a math class and you knew what chapter they were doing, so let's say they were doing chapter 2, Introduction to Algebra Expressions, you missed section 2.3. All right, and you can do all. So you want all the help you can get, possibly with this chapter in this section, fine now. So what it gives you is you can do an animation, you know, that kind of goes over that section. Objectives, here's some examples that they have done for you, some videos. All right, now I've done videos on pretty much everything, but let's say what I did you didn't really like. Obviously, there's more ways to do a problem. You can always come to here and see, well, how are they solving some of these problems in here? There's a PowerPoint. Here's some prep videos. The prep videos are just kind of getting you ready for that chapter, not necessarily dealing with that chapter like these are over here. So that's an option as well. So there's some good things in Pearson, even though typing in your answers can be so tedious. And then if it doesn't look exactly like they want it, they say it's wrong. So, all right, so that just kind of helps. And you can kind of look at some of the other things for your class. All right, nope, I'm out of student view. Well, I hope all of this helped to get you into, now Canvas and Pearson are not tied together. So again, if you want your grade, you've got to go through Pearson. If you know your homework's in Pearson, the tests are in Pearson. The only thing that you're going to use Canvas for probably is, you know, maybe the calendar, and then your the videos. The video links are for each of the lessons are in the Canvas. Now, I think that's all. And just remember that when you do that Respondus, you can't have a Chromebook. You're going to have to find a computer somewhere to do that. Well, I hope that helped. And again, you know, please let me know if you have any questions, because sometimes, you know, online classes, it's just like, I don't know what's going on. So let me know. And again, make sure that you allow the pop-up, so you're going to have trouble with Pearson. And for those of you that have the Windows, that little red box in the URL is really easy. And then those of you with a Mac, well, you just kind of have to Google or figure that out. Maybe you already know. Okay, well, that's pretty much all I had. So let me know if you have any other questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.